everybody. March 7th. It is a chilly March 7th. We got our last cold snap before it gets ridiculously hot. So, leases people. The time to negotiate your lease is not when you're selling. So got a deal going down, and the tenant's been in the location for going on 10 years. And as in all commercial leases that I come across, the parties have signed the document really in a hurry and focusing only on the price and terms. And those are important factors, right? The price, rather. Rarely the terms do they look at in great detail, because they're not thinking about the day they got to go. That seems to be a problem from financial planning to life planning to insurance planning to business transactions. Nobody thinks about the day you got to go or the day there's got to be an exit. So what's the problem, Mike? The problem is there are personal guarantees sometimes. If you have not negotiated off the personal guarantee, so it is customary for a landlord to ask for a personal guarantee. It's smart. You sign as a corporation, just shut the corporation down. There's no blood from a stone. The landlord can't get anything. However, it's an important term. If you're going to take a price increase, or you're going to give a longer lease than 3 years or 5 years, then you should try and negotiate out of the personal guarantee over time. Think of it like PMI insurance on a house. The more you pay down the debt, the closer you get to not having to have that PMI insurance, because the ratios change. So too should be the personal guarantee. So fast forward 10 years later, you're selling the business and you go to Transworld, and the landlord does the assignment, and they want you as the seller to stay on the listing as a guarantor. And you go absolutely ballistic because, well, I can't guarantee what the buyer is going to do. I shouldn't have any financial requirement. Think about what you just said. The landlord would have the same risk. And oh, by the way, if you go back to that lease you signed 10 years ago and read the fine print, it more than likely said that you would serve as a guarantor when the lease went down. And then you get really mad at the broker who's trying to sell the business now, because you're asking him or her to fight that issue with not a lot of leverage. So what are the leverage points? Well, at this point, the buyer probably has to put up more of a deposit, even though it's not their issue. Or the broker's got to beg, which is never a good position. Or maybe you can get some bonds which guarantee the payment in the event of a default, except bonds are only 2 years, 3 years. So you're going to have a series of bonds, which costs money. And who's going to pay for that? Is the buyer going to pay for that? Is the seller going to pay for that? The landlord, in effect, is a third partner. They have a lot of say in what goes down. And landlords kill deals every day. So please, for the love of Mary, negotiate your leases beforehand, not when you're trying to exit. Get with a commercial broker and get with an attorney. But oh, by the way, do not rely on either. In this case, the tenant had an attorney, and the attorney didn't deal with this issue, and now it's manifesting. So negotiate your leases. For that matter, negotiate any contract before you sign it, not after. And you would think that would be kind of obvious, but time and again, this is what we deal with. Have a good day.